Welcome to this interview with the CEO and founder of Agorá Chain.
Hi, my name is Wakas. I'm the founder and CEO of Agorá Chain. The name Agorá Chain actually comes because Agorá in Arabic means real estate and chain comes from blockchain. That's why it's an integration of real estate and blockchain. So yeah, that's basically what Agorá Chain is.
Wonderful. So it's a connection between blockchain and real estate. Like how exactly works this platform?
Okay. So what we really do is we tokenize real estate. Now the process of tokenization is where we convert the real estate asset into a digital asset by minting an NFT and then fractionalizing the NFT. So investors are actually buying into the fractional NFT, and that's basically the sense of proof of ownership for them on the digital asset. So that's how the real estate asset is actually fractionalized, and investors are able to buy. And we are very crypto friendly. So investors are actually able to buy into the property from with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Matic, and different cryptocurrencies as well. Our platform has gone live just today. So yes, it's a big day for us. We've just gone live today, and yes, we have about close to 7 properties listed right now. We have properties like a penthouse in Dubai Marina. We have an apartment in Burj Khalifa. So people can now invest and buy a share in Burj Khalifa, for example.
Burj Khalifa?
Yes.
That's interesting. Wow.
Yes. So you can actually go on the platform agarchain.io. You can just sign up, connect your wallet, and with Bitcoin or Ethereum or crypto assets, just buy a share for as little as probably just $800. You could probably get 1 square feet of share in Burj Khalifa.
Okay, so I'm very familiar with the cryptocurrencies, but like somebody can buy just like through the blockchain and like have the ownership and everything. It doesn't need to like some legal contract, something to like that to prove that you own the property now.
Yes, that's a very valid question. So yes, we have a legal structure actually to it. We have a real estate fund which actually then integrates into the property, and the metadata actually of the NFT actually includes the title deed of the property as well. And all agreements that we have between the investor and the seller as well are actually recorded on the smart contract. So this is actually then recorded, and for legal perspectives, we have an entity which is a local entity which is registered with the regulatory authority for real estate, and this particular entity actually owns the property in legality with the land department, and they are actually funded by a fund which actually is invested by the investors who are investing to buy small shares in the property. That's
cool. That's very interesting. So I think it's the first time this happens.
Yes.
And now you are operating only locally right now, correct?
Yes. So we have just now started. Today is our first day. Today we launched. So yes, we are launching with Dubai. But yes, in our launch roadmap, yes, in the next quarter or so, we are looking forward to expand into other countries as well. We are also looking to expand from residential to commercial, retail, and hospitality sector as well in tokenizing. But yes, this is just a baby step for us now to start. And yes, in the future we are looking for multiple avenues in different countries. Our aim would be to actually reach Middle East, Europe, Southeast Asia. This is the areas that we will initially target.
Cool. And like how can somebody participate in profit from this? Just like by buying properties, or somebody can also like list their property on your marketplace as well? Like how it works?
So yes, when you buy the property, you definitely get the rental yield. So the rental income is actually divided amongst all the property owners, plus the appreciation on the property value. That is also the appreciation on your investment. But when it comes to listing properties, we basically follow the DAO governance module, where when a property owner wants to list the property, they actually send us the property, we actually put the property for voting. So the investors and the users on the platform will actually vote whether they want this property to be invested or no. So that's why we say it's a decentralized listing mechanism.
Wow.
So we don't decide all the properties. The users on the platform will decide what properties they want to invest in. and they can also decide what chain they want the NFT on. So if you have a community of a Polygon, or a community of Tezos, or a community of BSC, Binance Smart Chain, if they want the property to be on their chain, then they can vote for that, and we can mint NFTs on their chain.
Wow, interesting. And I want to communicate something and to make it more easy for the people to understand about how exactly somebody can, how does it work and somebody can participate as a partial investor in a property, like multiple people in a property. Like how that, like, you know, there's people like which are not so much familiar with NFTs and all the technology, even if they've heard about NFTs, but like how really like.
So I understand your question. Now, if you actually see, this is basically called as crowdfunding. And crowdfunding has always been existing since ages. Yeah, I mean, we've always seen that, you know, in our fathers and grandfathers' times as well, that people have actually invested into properties by pooling in money, like, you know, with friends, with families, with associates and everyone. But the only thing that you didn't do is, you didn't buy a property, or you didn't associate yourself in crowdfunding in buying a property with a person that you didn't know. Now, with the crowdfunding and the technology that we have, with the blockchain technology, where we are able to actually create smart contracts, today, if I don't know you, you can be my partner in the property. Because correct. I am only concerned with the tokens that I am going to get, you're concerned with the tokens that you're going to get, but we are still partners. So your cross-border real estate has been actually reduced, and you're able to buy into properties which are earlier not possible to buy into. And understanding the mechanism of buying is pretty simple. I mean, yes, there are people who are not familiar with the crypto world. There are people who are not familiar with the NFT structure and everything. But at the same time, a lot of people have actually understood there is a huge community backing different chains, different blockchains. There is a huge community that is holding Bitcoins. So that itself is a very huge target market for us. And at the same time, we've created explainer videos for people to actually learn how to actually use it. So in future, within the next year or so, we might actually have a mobile application, which is a DApp, and it would probably be gasless for even all the transactions. So it will become very easier for everyone to actually buy into.
Interesting. Cool. And like, I want to go even further, like more into this. So let's say that I want to buy a property, but I don't, and it costs like $100,000, like an apartment. But I don't have the $100,000. I have like just $10,000. So that means that another 20 people can buy like from I don't know, $4,000 or something, small pieces of that. But I won't be like the one who's going to run the apartment, like rent or anything as real estate. But I'm going to share also the profit with the others as well, because they participate in everybody in that one. And they can buy a piece of that apartment using the technology of NFTs and blockchain.
Yes,
correct?
Yes. So basically, like for example, you know, I want to buy an apartment. I'll just give you a little example. It's probably like costing $100,000 approximately, and I have only 500,000 or 600,000. So I don't have enough money to fund the purchase. In a normal world, you would go to the bank. And what the bank would do is, for the 400,000 or 300,000 that you're borrowing from the bank would collateralize the whole 100% of your property, right? Now what you can do is, you can actually go to your friends, your families, your relatives, your associates, and you can give them an option to invest where they become co-owners in the property, and you can tell them that, you know, I will return you the money in 2 years or 3 years with this much in profit, and you can give me back my tokens, and then you have your own property 100% with you. So this is one way of looking at it. Or the other way is that you can list on the platform on the open marketplace for others to join in, and when you feel that you have the money, you can actually start buying back your own property tokens as well.
Wow, that's really good, and like makes things more simple, and like also more people to participate in events like together, and it's really like the future. Like I can feel that it's going to be like all the project, like the real estate is going to operate in that way. Like in a few years, it's going to be like start converting from the existing to this one, to blockchain.
Yes,
and it's happening already. And now here in Dubai is the future, is the city of the technology, and like it's amazing what's happening here. And for most of the people like who are living in Europe and US, they are like, you know, they are concerned about the legal part and sometimes like about the companies and the ways how they operate. But I just want to mention here that Dubai is so safe, so well regulated and everything. Like it's incredible, really.
Yes.
And just I also wanted you to mention some things about the legal part, because like people are always scared in other countries because they don't really. It's totally different from what's happening here. And here looks like paradise compared with Europe and US. Even like, you know that that's the law and that's correct and everything is in order. And I want also you to say a few things if you want about the legal part also of the structure.
Yes. So as I told you earlier as well, legally we have a very good legal structure actually structured behind on how the entire process of tokenization and the NFT actually works. Now, if you actually see, as you rightly mentioned, that Dubai is on the forefront in terms of adopting technology. Now, you also have to see that Dubai is the probably the first country that I know of that actually has all the land records on blockchain. So it's very easy, and they are also actually enabling and allowing us to actually build platforms on that. Now, there are regulators in Dubai who are allowing this. They are working on the structures. And hopefully we have also applications with them as well. So we are also hoping that one day we will actually have a regulator from the land actually look at us as a normal project and probably look at us in terms of regulating us with the digital assets that we are covering. Now in terms of the structure, to actually understand the legal point of view, as I told you earlier, we have a legal entity which is regulated by the regulatory authority, and this entity is actually the owner of the property. And between the investors and the owner of the property, there is a fund and there is an agreement between the investors who actually authorize the legal entity to be the custodian of the and also the manager of the property. So this is how basically the legal structure is framed.
Perfect. And do you have also your own token for the project?
Yes, we have our own token as well, and we've already done the token sale, and right now we have launched the platform. So before we actually go ahead and list the tokens on the decentralized exchange or the centralized exchange, we want to build some traction on the platform. We want to popularize our platform as well, because there's a lot of utility on the platform. So once in the next few weeks, we are going to see a lot of announcements coming with regards to our token in terms of listing as well, and the public sale as well.
Perfect. So, and I can say like you may be locally right now, but it's a big opportunity also for people who are like around the world. They don't have to visit here. They don't have to go to agent and pay fees and all these things, but they can directly through the platform do their investments in properties, like small amount, buy the whole properties or whatever.
Yes.
Like it's so great.
Yes. So it's basically also an opportunity where you can test your investment. So certainly, when you sometimes have an investment opportunity, you have a platform, and then you feel that whether you should invest in this property or whether you should not invest in property, you always have these kind of doubts. But now with fractional ownership, you can probably buy a small share, see whether this property is a good fit for you or no, and then you can probably look to buy more shares in the property.
Yeah, cool. Perfect. So, all right, I think we learned some very interesting things today from this platform. I'm really so impressed. Like, I was also like expecting something like this to happen. Like, I didn't know how it's gonna work, but I was expecting because I'm every day like searching on the technology and development. And I'm really like happy it's transparent. It's making it easier for the people to participate on this. Just like if you want to say like a few words, like the vision of the project.
So like I said, it's an idea, and this idea generally comes from experiences, from self-experiences. So we've actually seen this as a problem, and we've come up to come and launch a car chain only because we face this as a problem and solve this as a problem. And today, in a real world scenario, we are trying to actually create a real world use case and adoption of the blockchain technology as well. And in future, we are looking for expansions and growth and overall stimulus to actually go ahead and see how far we can actually go with this.
Perfect. So, thank you for this interview. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.